and start manifesting it. As if you are prophesying that thing to them. But when they have no idea of what is going to happen to them, you see that they are able to cope better and live their life. But most people want to ask more questions. How does it feel? Why I'm saying this is that in the course of this lecture, you see that the symptoms of cancer is almost the same with the symptom of malaria, almost the same with the symptom of typhoid, so that at the end of the day, you won't feel that, oh, because I'm having pain here, I hope that thing is not cancer. Cancer shall not be our portion in Jesus' name. Then shortly, Pastor told us this morning that we should avoid imitation. What is leading to most cancers here is imitation. Oyinbo is eating tin food. They open tin fish inside tin, geisha, all those things every morning. That's their breakfast. We too, we started copying it. We want to be like Oyinbo. We don't want to be like our parents who are living on natural fruits. If we have not done it, it will appear as if we are not making progress. Madam, do you have an air fryer at home? If you don't have air fryer to be frying food, it's as if your kitchen is not complete. If you don't have a deep fryer, because God has blessed you, you don't have money, deep fryer where they will put oil, they will put that plantain inside, I don't know, it starts rolling inside for many times. Before, different from the way we have been frying things, we'll go and do it. Now, things that we don't do before, I've not had it before that parents will cook food, put inside plastic, and it will be inside freezer for 6 months before they will bring it out, put in microwave and warm for the man to eat. It has not been happening before. Why are we doing that? Because Oyinbo, they are doing it. Even now, people have started doing this method whereby somebody who has just delivered, you bribe breast pump, you suck a lot of breast milk, put it inside bottle, they will put it inside freezer. You start going to your work. So anytime the baby is crying, they bring it out from the fridge, warm it, and give the baby. Bring it, warm it, and the woman can continue to live her life. So by imitating what others are doing, linking this topic with the message that we have had, we have invited a lot of problems to ourselves. May God help us to be ourselves in the mighty name of Jesus. So anything that is swollen is what we call tumor. That you have a swelling in your body does not mean that that swelling is cancer. We refer to it in medical terms as tumor. But in most cases, cancer, those that are cancerous, you need to do tests to verify whether they are like that or not. Most common cancer in men and children. For men, the commonest is prostate cancer after age of 50. Lung cancer, colorectal cancer. Colon, that's intestine. Then for women, we have breast, lung, then colon too. For children, mainly leukemia is blood cancer, brain tumors. This one too related to blood and lymphatic system. For prostate, the only way we can know is to be monitoring the level of some hormones in our body when we get to a certain age. And also to look at the history of our family. For example, if somebody has a father, that's why it's good for you to know the cause of death of your parents. If the father died of cancer of the prostate, it's most likely that the children, some of the children who are male too, will still have cancer of the prostate. So what they need to do is to monitor and quickly take care of it on time before it becomes a problem. Colorectal cancer, that's for the intestine. Why it's becoming common now is because we have neglected our natural food. People now, if you are at home, you don't have all this tinned food. People now eat baked beans. So they cannot boil ordinary beans to be soft enough to eat. They will prefer baked beans. And the houses where you see baked beans, the belief of those who don't have is that these are rich people. When we God bless us too, that we too we have these baked beans in our own house too, we'll be eating it every morning, the way those ones are eating it. Not baked beans alone, fish, all sorts of tin food, because all those things contain some chemicals and trans fats which can lead to cancer. People are suspecting that those things lead to cancer. Then we talk of breast cancer. Every woman must know how to examine their breast. Self-breast examination. Self-breast examination. You put your hand, if you want to examine the right breast, right hand at the back, left hand to touch the breast. Mostly for those who are not yet married, they have to be checking like that. For those who are married, I think the husband will be checking the breast every day. The breast is not hidden from the man, so the man will know if there is any difference taking place in that breast. So it is also wrong in marriage. When you are married, all the parts of your body belongs to your husband. It's not right to tie something on the tail and say, don't touch all those places. No. It's by touching we know that something has happened there. This thing is not like this before. Then when women grow to the age that they are old again, they need to continue to examine the breast so that they will be sure that there's no growth there. Children, leukemia, brain tumor, lymphoma. I think some of these, they are traits that may be related to the new type of food we are giving children now. When we are growing up, we are not taking Indomie. But Indomie is like a staple food in almost every home. Biscuits, all biscuits are constant diet, which you don't even know what they are mixing to make all these things. Pizza, all sorts of things that we are not used to are now being introduced at early stage to our children. Various baby food, various drinks, or numbered drinks that are available. I feel exposure to all those things can bring leukemia. Also, most children these days are under more stress than children before. Most especially those children who live in urbanized areas like Lagos. You see a parent, they will wake up, the child will be waking up by 4 a.m. As he's still sleeping, they will pour water on the head and bath that child. The child is still sleeping, they will wear the uniform by force. They will carry that child, drop in the car and drive, because where they are going may take them 2 or 3 hours to drop that child in the school. They drop that child there. Then in the afternoon, they will still bring that child. The child is under constant stress. So those may be leading to cancer in those children. But if you look at children that grow up in the village who are not under that stress, those things are not common in them. And because it's common in urban centers, people overlook that stress and they want to shift it to mean that maybe because God is blessing them, they have money, therefore enemies in the village are now attacking them. No, it's because you have put a lot of stress on yourself and the children in that urban center. Then, okay, symptoms of cancer. It depends on the type of cancer. You can see it now. Fatigue. Fatigue is common. Even somebody who has malaria, we know have fatigue. Weight loss. One can lose weight due to various reasons. But the fact that you are losing weight doesn't mean that it must be cancer. You may lose weight when you are under stress. We have seen women losing weight just because the husband have warned them, this woman, the way you are behaving now, I'm going to marry a second wife. And because of that pronunciation alone, that woman will be thinking of it, you start losing weight. You will not be able to eat again. Before you know it, if it's not careful, you may be doing tests and they will think that it's having cancer or it's having one sickness or the other. It's that emotional torture that is causing that weight loss. Or a man who has just lost his job can start losing weight. Then pain can come due to various reasons. Skin changes. It may be due to cancer, it may be due to even changing of cream. You know, some women like experimenting on different cream. If new one has just come out, somebody will tell them, they will go and buy it again. Then persistent cough. It can be a sign of cancer. It can even be a sign of the environment. Somebody has such a clean floor like this that you can mop, but they have just promoted and they pay some allowances. You now decide that, okay, it's long I've been seeing people using rug in their houses. With this money we have now, we too we are going to buy a rug. They will now buy a rug and put it there. He does not have money to buy a hoover to be able to remove all the dust from the rug. You start using broom to sweep it. That one day you will still have money to buy that hoover. In the process of using that broom to sweep, the person will develop persistent cough. All sorts of problems will come. Then fever. Fever can come due to many reasons. Why I'm taking time on this is that for us to know that you have one symptom does not mean that you should conclude that this is a definite sign of cancer. Now, I've showed those ones. Excessive sweating, all sorts of things. Lymph node enlargement. It may be in the neck. I think we know lymph node. It will be strong. But that lymph node is enlarged does not mean that it is due to cancer. They are not peculiar to cancer alone. Then how do we classify cancer? Cancers are classified according to the area that is affected. You can say cancer of the breast is affecting the breast. Cancer of the uterus, yes. This is cervix, that's the mouth of the uterus. You can see cancer of the mouth. Virtually there is no organ in the body that is free from attack by cancer. Nothing. It can attack the tongue, the eye, any part of the body. There's no part of the body that we have not seen cancer developing. That's what I'm trying to emphasize there. I've seen cancer of the throat, any part at all. That's leukemia affecting the blood. These are scientific things. We don't need to bother ourselves. But thank God that now, some of these things they can treat. Some of them can still prolong life with good treatment. That's the intestine. I'm talking about colorectal cancer. This is our intestine. That's the large intestine. This one is the small intestine. This is the anus where we pass our feces. When we continue to eat all those Oyinbo food, thin food, the food stays inside this large intestine for such a long time. Unlike when you eat vegetable, you eat our natural food, you eat eba. Quickly the food will move and you pass it. But those ones, the food will stay so long that a lot of changes will start taking place. Before you know it, it turns into what is described as cancer. You see the way it affects. This is the inside of the intestine we are trying to emphasize there. Then when we treat them, I don't want to bore you with this, we do all sorts of treatment from surgery to radiation to chemotherapy to all sorts of things. The important thing is that when it comes to the treatment, it's always good that anyone that is going to undergo any treatment, you should ask questions. What is the treatment for? What is the treatment going to do? What are the possible side effects? There was a chance of me leaving, because there are some, a doctor will always offer a treatment. But there are some people that it's better to even leave them alone. They may stay more years before dying. But when they go for that treatment, they can die that same day. That person that was talking to you just because you want to do one treatment, you just do it. The next thing is to tell them that I'm sorry, the person couldn't make it. So you must be sure of what nature of treatment they want to do before you even agree to be doing one treatment or the other. If something is not going to offer you any benefit, why do you want to embark on it? Then there are some treatments that the implication of that treatment will be that all that the man has labored for in his life is what he's going to pay as medical bill. Me, I would rather prefer, there's no day I will not die. I would rather prefer myself as a doctor. I know that I will still die. Why should I now carry all the money that I should have left for my wife and my children to go and pay to be buying grammar and all sorts of drugs that after taking I will still die again. Are we afraid to die? As if we say to die is gain. To live is Christ and to die is gain. No matter what you do, you will still die. If you like, sell all the houses you have to buy those medicines, you will still die. So it's better for you to live your life, trust in God. When the time comes, face it. There's nobody that comes to this world that is going to stay there forever. That you are struggling to stay by all means, that you now lose everything, is a sign that you are not sure of where you will go. And you will still go there. Okay. Lung cancer is very common among those who smoke. But I want to emphasize this. Studies have now shown that if, let's say I put cigarette in my mouth and I'm smoking now, then you people are here, you are watching me. Those of you watching me, you are 7 times at risk more than me that put it in the mouth. Can you imagine that now? Because of that study, that's why when you see most developed countries, they will declare that no smoking area. Because they discover that those who are putting in their mouth are not the one dying. Those who are hanging around where the thing is coming to now started dying. So it's not sufficient that to say I'm not smoking. You must not stay where they are smoking. Then there are other type of smoke. You may not be smoking cigarettes, or you may be smoking charcoal. Having bad kitchen habit, where your kitchen is always filled with fumes. You are a great smoker, but you didn't know. Some put a tire inside wood to prepare food. The thing will be producing all those black smoke. It's even dangerous than somebody who is even smoking cigarettes. So husband, make sure that you provide what will not produce smoke inside the kitchen for these women, so that they can cook under free air. So don't just say, when somebody is smoking, tell that person to move far away. Or you move away if you cannot control. May God help us in Jesus' name. These days, even neighbors, that's what I've observed. If you are here in the night now, you may see that some people on the other side, they will just start smoking. Everywhere will be smelling. It's not good. This is still cancer of the lungs. This one is abroad, where even from the underground, some smoke will come out and affect them. Then I think nobody is using asbestos again. Are people still using asbestos to roof? We all know the danger. Everybody has run away from it. This is breast cancer again. Various options. They can remove the breast, they can remove the lump, they can put radiation, they can put hormonal therapy. The important thing is that if one should have such, ask questions to know fully what they want to do and what the prognosis will be. This is for the uterus. Uterus has so many areas. You have the wall of the uterus, everything. All of them can have cancer. This is the prostate. You see the prostate gland there. I want to say that for those who are very rich, if, let's say, one knows that the father has cancer of the prostate, and you are rich enough to travel abroad. Abroad now, there is surgery which is called robotic surgery. That robotic surgery now, they will just go there. It's robots that will do it, not human being. All the prostate, they will remove it, they will suck it out without using knife to open you up. And it means that no prostate is present in your body again. So the person cannot have that cancer again. For those who are really very rich, once they are above certain age, they just go and do that surgery and remove all those things, so that they remove that danger from their life. Also, not all studies also have shown that not all those who even have cancer of this portrait, that the cancer is going to kill. Because a lot of postmortem examination was done in South Africa on people who died 90 years old, 100 years old, who are men, of different things. And when they were checking their body, they discovered that cancer was even present in their prostate. But that's not what led to their death. The meaning of this is that because you have done one test and you see something, does not mean that you must go after that thing. If you go after that thing, it may end life. Unless that thing is threatening life, that's when you go after that thing. There are some skin, when I just, there are some that occur in the skin. It may be, that's radiation therapy. Something black. I don't know whether somebody, you see that at your back, you see something like a dot is black. So when I first graduated, I saw something black like that. And we were taught that those things could transform into cancer. So when I graduated, my father was about 60 years old then. So I saw it at his back, and I told him, I said, this thing that is at your back, we need to remove it, because this thing can transform into cancer. That's what we are told in school. So my father told me that this thing was at the back of his father. When the father got to that age, that me too, I should watch it. When I get to that age, whether I will have it or not, I should leave him alone. Now he's 93. And when I got up to 62, I noticed that the thing appeared at my own back too. So, and I left it there. I didn't bother again. But you can imagine, because I'm a doctor, I wanted to help him. Maybe through that process, I could have just caused some damages, and you say it's the will of God, but I'm the one that has led to that due to over-enthusiasm. So it's good to study your family. There are some things that are just common to us that are not harmful. But if you now go for it, it may lead to another problem. Chemotherapy, and like that skin something now, you use chemotherapy. When you now use that drug to try to treat it, maybe that chemotherapy now will not go and affect the kidney or affect another thing, then you run into another problem again. Vaccination. There are some tumor, some cancer, like cancer of the cervix, that people are claiming now that if you do vaccination, HPV vaccination, it will prevent it. That's for the cervix. For the liver, hepatitis B vaccine, if you take it and you don't develop hepatitis, then you are not likely to develop cancer of the liver. So they are practiced in various countries. The problem with all these vaccines is that people are always skeptical. Because, okay, if you are developing a vaccine that is working, and you are sure that that vaccine is working, why not give it to your people first? And let us see the result that the thing is working. But you bring it to Africa, people will sign. When they sign, then you now give all of them. As we are giving them, some that were working before may not be able to work again. Then when you want to cause wahala with them, they say, but they signed before taking it. So from there, they will now learn that there are some problems that are with those things. Then they will go and correct it again. Then they will test it again. So when the thing is now good, before it can now be approved to be used on their people. The same challenge we also have with family planning. All those things are available here. But when we travel over there, we discover that most of the ones we have here is different from what they are going to give in the other place. Why are you not giving this one to our people? They will have no straight answer for you. It's either you follow your work there or you lose your job. So when you come back home, what we try to do is to see that the ones that they are giving to their people, we bring more of that one to give to our people and ignore the ones that are not yet popular with them, because we don't know what all those things may mean. Unfortunately, we are not making efforts to even do our own research by ourselves, to do things that will make us develop things that will prevent all those sickness. It's only in our country you see somebody, you have malaria, he's going to UBTH. UBTH is not for malaria. UBTH is not for delivery. It's not for things that has been solved. That center is to work out things that are troubling us now, that we are finding solution to. Those are the areas they will make research to and come out with something good that will be for the good of all. But because of shortage of manpower, it has become just like other normal clinics. So that's how they are running it. Taking delivery, treating malaria, even dressing of somebody who has injury on the hand, you will go there, they will go and stitch it there. It's a mockery of what it's supposed to be. We believe that one day God will help us to solve all those imbalances in Jesus' name. So those vaccines are there for us to know. But before you take, you must be sure that it's what is really being taken in other parts of the world. The conclusion. How can I prevent cancer? Diet. Don't copy Oyinbo people. Be yourself. Physical activity. If you are 50 years and above, 30 minutes walk a day is sufficient for you. But you have to be consistent with that 30 minutes walk. If you are lower than 50, you can do 45 minutes. What I want you to know is that excessive exercise too will also affect your health. Then, weight gain. You have to control your weight. But what I've seen is that in terms of weight, at times when you look at yourself and you look at your father and you see that you are all having the same stature and the person is living long, because we go on all sorts of diets, cucumber, carrot, everything, and I used to think of it. Elephant is also eating grass. But as elephant be able to control his weight, to not be like antelope. So there is a way God has created different individuals that if you like be eating all the carrots alone, you will still be the way you are. But if you see that you are having moderate stature and your children are now like 2 times of your weight, you know that there's something going wrong. They are now transforming toward beyond the normal gene of the family. There are some people that can eat 5 wraps of Santana, yet their tummy will be flat. And there are some that will not eat from morning till afternoon. Their tummy is big. I always say this is cheating. Because they are eating so much, but their body has a way to break down all those things so fast that you see that it will not show on their body. There are some will undergo fasting and fasting, yet you remain where you are. So we'll try and adjust our weight, and improve our physical activity. I believe that if you do everything in moderation, and most importantly, if you have our faith in God and believe that the promise of God is sure upon our life, then we'll be able to fight cancer and be able to live a life that will be free from fear. Because most people die because of fear of the cancer itself. than the cancer. May God help us in Jesus' name. Thank you very much for listening. I will quickly rush on balanced diet so that you can now ask your question. Okay, balanced diet. We have all been hearing about balanced diet. Balanced diet means getting the right type and amount of food and drinks to supply nutrition and energy for maintaining body cells and tissues and organs for supporting normal growth and development. What would be a balanced diet for me may not be balanced for somebody who has just delivered, because we have different needs. What would be a balanced diet for me may not be a balanced diet for the man that is going to dig this drainage, because he needs to consume carbohydrate to have energy. The energy to carry biro is not as much as energy to carry digger to remove the drains. So you need that energy to be able to function. Now, this is the food pyramid. When you are preparing your food, what you should know is that there must be grains, vegetables, fruits, milk. See, the oil is very low, not wide like milk, not wide like vegetables. Then, beans and meat, you see it. See beans and meat, compare it to vegetable, compare it to grain, compare it to fruit, see. Whereas most of us, what we want to show that we love our husband is, when you see the food, one plate will contain chicken, the next plate turkey, the next plate snail, the next plate put everything in his front. That's not a balanced diet. You are overfeeding the man. And some will feel that I have the money, so prepare everything, put there. I don't know anyone I want to eat. Maybe today I may like to take turkey. Tomorrow it may be snail. But make everything available on the table. Eventually the man will be eating all every time. We eat all every time. And that will be a serious danger to the health. We have major micronutrients. Let me just be rushing them. Protein. You all know protein. Protein is present even in corn. It's present in beans, but beans is higher than corn. It's present in egg. It's present in soya, in chicken, in fish. What does this mean? If I don't have money for chicken, I can take beans. I can take egg. And I believe that every home, you should learn, those who are experts in Greek here now, they should be able to teach you. Every home should have a small space where you can train minimum of 5 layers to meet the egg need of the family. You should be able to, at your backyard, have a small garden where vegetables could be planted and you'll be watering them. You are not supposed to be going to market to go and be buying bitter leaf, go and be buying pumpkin leaf. Everything you must go and buy. No. If you are doing that, you won't have sufficient funds to be able to maintain a balanced diet. Carbohydrates. This one is the major one available to all of us. That's what rice, gari, all the fibers. So wheat, oats, bran, all those ones are available. You see them, the legumes. You don't need to stick to one constantly. The essence of balanced diet is that there are various alternatives You keep on changing. Some people will just pick on wheat and to be wheat alone. No. You can eat wheat today. Tomorrow you eat cocoyam. Next time you eat yam. The things that when you get to the market, the carbohydrate that is the cheapest, that is in season, that's the one you should be eating. Not that when there's no yam again, and one yam is selling for, I was told the thing sold for up to 7,000 naira. Then there's cocoyam that is cheap, and you are leaving cocoyam behind. The yam is not going to perform any special function. You buy cocoyam and eat. If rice is too expensive for you, you leave rice, you go and buy other things that contains carbohydrates. Then what I want us to know is that all those vitamins, if they are too low or they are too high, they can also cause pollen to the body. Because we say that wheat is good, eating wheat continuously, you are going to have issues. Orange is good. Then you now make orange like water. It will affect you as an individual. The deficiency can lead to constipation, low mental performance, ketoacidosis, that's about diabetes. This one I talk about fat. There are different types of fat. There are good fat, there are bad fat. Fat is necessary in your body to function. Like when you have not eaten now, let's say you are fasting, it's the fat in your body that the system will work on to convert to glucose that will sustain you. So if there is no fat to work on, it's not the best for you. You have the water-soluble vitamins and the fat-soluble vitamins. The water-soluble vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, those ones, by the time you take them, they get out of your body. But the fat-soluble ones, they will go and store inside your fat system. And when they store there, they can start causing problems for the body, such as heart problem, cholesterol going high, and things like that. All these are recommendations, but in Nigeria, nobody has time to be weighing what one food will contain. What we advise is that just take all those things in moderate quantity. If you have, like in children, no protein can lead to malnutrition, protein energy malnutrition. Like I mentioned earlier, if you look at this, cases of cancer has increased twofold. The reason is the lack of fiber in the diet. If you look at now, somebody can be for a whole year, he will not eat eba. He will not eat anything that contains fiber. They will just be taking all those refined things, cornflakes, special K, special this. That's what they will be eating. But if we should take in mind that all those natural food are still the best for us. Don't be going for Western diet. These are nutrients that we get from all those things. You can get them from your vegetable. You can get them from your carbohydrates. Any food at all can bring all those macro and trace elements. And once you are eating all those things in balanced way, regularly, there's no way you will lack them. But if you lack any of them, it can present with a form of illness. In other words, there are some illness that food is just the solution. It's not a sickness of tablets. Like this take garden egg eat, you get all what this one contains. Calcium, you can get it from the bone. It helps the bone to function, the blood system, the nerves. It prevents osteoporosis. There are some people that if they eat fish, they will never eat the bone. That bone is very rich in calcium. They believe that they are enjoying by not eating the bone. The bone is for poor people. So the poor people will eat the bone and their bone will be very strong. And the rich man leg will be paining him every time because of lack of calcium. Phosphorus. You see all those ones, they also work on the, you can get them from avocado. What I always advise is that when avocado is out, eat it. When the thing become scarce, leave it. That's the way to maintain balanced diet. To now insist when you are selling one avocado for 1,000, you say that's what you want to eat to balance diet. That one is fake diet. Egg, we have talked about. Milk, we have talked about it. Potassium, you see the food that contains potassium. Orange, banana, dates. When dates are cheap, buy them, watch them, apple. So if I look at all those ones, anyone that is cheaper, that's the one I will buy. I won't go and buy raisins in all mark that will be selling for 27,000 naira when I can buy 500 naira dates at Lagos Street and enjoy all my vitamins. Sodium, you get our sodium from the table salt, meat, and packaged food. But what I want us to know is that that sodium is even already present in vegetables, in all the food. So for people who have a history of hypertension in their family, what I normally advise is that you just stop salt entirely. When you stop it, you see that the blood pressure will be regulated back to normal. It has been found that blacks, we don't have ability to tolerate too much of salt. The whites, their gene tolerate more salt than us. So you understand? So when you now travel and you now switch completely to their diet, too much of sodium, before you know it, you that you are not having BP before, you start having blood pressure because you have shifted to diet that is not for you. Iron, we all know good source of iron. In our vegetable, pumpkin is a very good example. Red meat. Red meat, some people query it that is not too good. That is when you consume it too much, becomes too much. Too much of everything is bad. But in moderate quantity is still what we can afford here. Just avocado contains zinc. Even your egg contains zinc too. Fish contains zinc too. So when you eat all those things regularly, you get them. For you to be able to balance your diet, you must not be selective. There are some people they will just say, I don't eat avocado, I don't eat walnut, I don't eat. Even there are some husband when your wife even struggle to prepare vegetable, they will use hand to push it aside and take only the water of that vegetable and leave the vegetable back when they are going to remove the plate. Those are not good. Chlorinated water, that was when we used to have pipe water. But you can get chlorine from your egg now. Thank God that there's egg. Then most toothpaste, they contain chlorine. Copper. What I just want to say there is that vegetables, all sorts of vegetables, don't specialize on one type of vegetable alone. If water leaf is there, take it, has what it will give you. Pumpkin is there, take it, has what it will give you. Um, all sorts of vegetables. Then there's a particular one that people even claim that that vegetable is for the poor. From your fish, you get it from your milk, from orange, from the sun. But some people would rather not take all these ones. They would prefer to go and buy tablet that contains vitamin D, which is naturally available in your food. Vitamin A is for the eyes. We also have it in capsule. They even give it as immunization to our children these days to make sure that their eyes are good. You can get it from any food that is like carrots, all those yellow food. Most of them contain vitamin A for our sight. Without that one, you start having problem of night blindness and all those type of stuff. Vitamin D, I've mentioned that from our bone, osteoporosis. As you grow older, what happens is that what you are eating today, the deficiency may not show today. As you grow older, all those deficiencies will start showing up, and one will be developing all those problems. But if you're able to balance it, you won't have all those problems as you grow older. You can see bones, see people's leg. You can see the leg just because of food. And if correct food is given, all these are corrected. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant. You get it only from nuts, green leafy vegetables, avocados. Once you are taking vegetables, fruits, then you are on the right path. But if you go for days, no vegetable, no fruit in your diet, you cannot claim that you are eating a balanced diet. Because you won't go micronutrients that will help your system to grow. Vitamin K, which helps our blood to clot. You still see that vegetable is still there. So there's a lot of advantages in consuming it. The vitamin C, almost all foods contain it. Vitamin C. See, when you lack it, C, affect the gums, affect the skin, have wound that will not heal just because of lack of vitamin C. Vitamin B, you still see that vegetable is still there. So when you take vegetable, you are taking a lot of things that are in all these vitamins. A lot of vitamins have been taken. You see the angle of the mouth of somebody, they will think it's an infection. Whereas it's just vitamin deficiency. Once you take the right vitamins, this thing will just disappear. You see B3, they are seen due to lack of that one, leading to all these rashes on the skin. Just by taking the right food also, the person is okay. Folic acid, you still get it in vegetables. So vegetable can vitiligo, the skin turning white. You can see it. It's caused by a deficiency of vitamin B or folic acid and other vitamins and copper and zinc. Just enough vegetables, all these skin changes will change. Vitamin B12 also, enough enough vegetables, fruits and vegetables, you are good. The same thing with this. This is the recommendation. Well, after we talk about balanced diet, some people still believe that there is a need for dietary supplements because there are some people that over years they have neglected balanced diet and they are now in their old age. So you give them carrot, he will take small. He will tell you that my tummy is full, I cannot eat again. Give this one again. So for those group, we go and give them dietary supplements so that those drugs will help to balance those things. But dietary supplement does not mean that you still have to contribute that habit of eating more vegetables to balance your diet. So with that, with supplement you can help to reduce cardiovascular disease and stroke, decrease the risk of cancer, decrease the risk of arthritis and all those eye problems and so on and so forth. Water. 75% of our body is water. Daily minimum is 10 to 12 glasses of water should be taken. Are we following that? He said yes. 10 to 12.
Hallelujah. God bless you. Please, for those who have not done their cholesterol test, please you can go out. We just have 8 persons that cannot be identified. God bless you.
Thank you. This water is very important. At times, due to lack of adequate water, you may not be able to reason properly because the brain will be under severe stress due to inadequate water available in the body. So 10 to 12, we that are in hot region, we should try to do a little more. Yeah, just emphasize that. For you to regulate your body temperature, you need water. 92% of your blood is water. For you to eliminate toxins through the kidney, you need water. 22% of our bone is water. Our joints, to be protected from developing problems, it needs water. 75% of our muscles is water. For the intestine to be able to absorb even the good food we have taken, it needs water. For the organs in the body, the liver, all those ones, pancreas to function, they need water. To transform nutrients even into energy, you need water. For the lungs to produce oxygen for you to breathe, it needs water. For your blood vessel to transfer nutrients to your brain, it needs water. The brain itself, 75% of it is water. So you can see that water is, I say water does not have any mean. You cannot do without water. So you must try our best to take water. And I always say, I don't know what the part that even when one is fasting, the fasting, you will need to take water. Because we know that fasting, the essence of fasting is to deny ourselves or something and be able to concentrate and focus on God. The essence of fasting is not to destroy our organ. It's not to destroy our body. So if you refuse to take water and claim to be fasting, a lot of organ can get damaged. And also I know that fasting has changed from what it used to be. Before, if we are fasting, you will be in one place and be praying. But these days, because of the economic realities, as we are fasting, you are going to work, you are walking up and down, so you are expelling a lot of energy. So for you not to now drink water, it's just like trying to shut down the system. It's not good that after going through such an exercise, one develop kidney failure or develop liver failure or one thing or the other. So water is very important. But if you can fast in a way that you are not going to burn any energy, maybe you are just going to be in your room for 3 days. You won't move anywhere. And then you can stay there. Your water, something will not be much. I've mentioned physical exercise. 30 to 45 minutes of physical exercise should be done. About 4 times in a week. The exercise can be in form of walking, jogging, swimming, cycling. I don't think people don't practice much of yoga here. That way you just go to a particular room, just stay there alone to concentrate. Nobody will talk to you. You not talk to anybody. But I don't think our culture permits that, because before you even sit down there, one child will knock door and say, "Daddy." Then you start talking again. To get a place to be quiet and you are just concentrating is so difficult. So, tip for healthy diet: eat balanced diet every day. Engage in your regular exercise. Maintain positive attitude. Then you have to smile always. Frowning your face consumes a lot of energy. It drains a lot of energy from you to frown. When you smile, it brings a lot of positive things to your body than when you frown. That's why it's not good to keep marrying with somebody. Because immediately you see that person, your face will change. You are under stress for seeing what you're not supposed to see. Thank you very much for listening. We'll answer some questions. If you have the question, you ask, they'll go around so that I can. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for the lecture. We indeed enjoyed it. But however, I have this question to ask. It is in respect of this cancer of the lungs. I really want you to explain more on that aspect of secondhand smoking. That is, somebody that is smoking and you, the non-smoker, you are inhaling it. That is the effect of it on the non-smoker, because there is something that I heard of or that I know. I think Professor Yahweh delivered an inaugural lecture and he was mentioning chewing for good, chewing for bad. That inhaling this smoking or smoke from cigarette, from sawdust, from all this cooking, fire smoke, cement dust, and so on and so on. Sawdust. Those things are dangerous to our health. Because these are secondhand something to us. But I want to emphasize or to explain more on that aspect, because some people, even some evangelists, they say when you are to reach the sinners, so you must be where they are. Even when they are smoking, stay in their midst so that you can begin to talk to them. I don't understand. I can't reconcile this to this health issue that we are talking about. Because when we were in school in those days, one of the pastors was explaining all these things. But for me, I vehemently resisted and saying that it is not good for our health to stay where those people are smoking. Just because you want to reach them or talk to them, you'll be hailing them me, because you do not understand the harm that you are doing to yourself. So I want you please to elaborate more on this aspect. I have 2 questions to ask.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Can I go ahead?
Okay.
Go for the second one.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Go
Okay.
for the second one, sir.
Also, you mentioned something relating to coconut.